And lo, the Spirit of the Lord moved upon the waters, and he said unto me, Son of man, with pen in hand, write that which thou hast seen. But first remind the children of the earth that they're sovereign beings. Remind them that there's so much more to life than what they've seen, and above all, remind them never to abandon their dreams. At some point, everyone gets distracted, and that's fine. But remind them not to lose their way while chasing nickels and dime, because it's far more important to be able to interpret the signs of the times. And at this time, there are many signs. But those who know it all are destined to remain blind, while in the meantime, earth welcomes a new paradigm. Be not so arrogant as to think that you're the only ones. There are many universes with many dimensions and many beings, and pretty soon, your cosmic family, you will be seen. You still haven't collectively learned how to love your brother from another race, so it's going to be interesting to see how you deal with your parents from outer space. Look to the stars with humility and respect, because your world is on the eve of a huge reality check. You're about to fully understand that Earth is a living being, and if your vibration is not in alignment with hers, well, one of you will be leaving the scene. He said, I want you to know that the ones who think they're running the show, they're not. Floods, earthquakes, and climate changes, those are just warning shots. Mother Earth's way of saying, I've been loving you way too long and you ain't been loving me back. These are very transformational times that you're living. All the signs have already been given. Go and read what the indigenous tribes wrote. These are the times to be focused on your spiritual growth, and this particular window of opportunity is beginning to close. Son of man, why labor thou in vain? You sacrifice so much for this material plane. For a simpler piece of paper with an ex-president's name, you yield to so much emotional pain. Don't you understand that spiritual wealth sacrificed for material gain is always insane? He said, speaking of spiritual wealth, why do you pay to pray? Why do you need a middleman to hold my hand when I've always told you we are one? Why do you look to these pompous prophets and so-called prophetess when you know that Christ is a consciousness that anyone can readily access once they put the ego to rest? So there's no need to get dressed in your Easter best like you're entering a fashion contest. Son, you're already blessed, and there's no cover charge to let that spirit be expressed. I am everything, and everything is me. If you would just be still for a minute, you would see through the illusion of this caper. Think about it, I am God, so why would I need 10% of a worthless piece of paper? All I've ever required was service from thee. Serve your fellow human being, and you're serving me. Give your time, your love, your talents back to the community. Give of yourself lovingly and freely, and you can accomplish that easily without buying my alleged representative a Bentley. Who do you think contributes more to your society? The man who's collecting $500,000 per week from his parishioners, or someone who gives of themselves like a Mother Teresa? I need your heart, not your purse. I am the brightest light in the universe, and the all that is can never be diminished. So at best, man has created God in his own image. You cannot buy your way into the kingdom. I don't care if on Sunday you're some big shot who run the hot spot and you need armed guards when you pass a collection pot. Look, either your vibrational match or you're not. You've been deceived by religion because you were purposely taught that the fear of God is all that you need to know, and anything that you fear eventually becomes your foe. And if you're afraid of me, you would rather pay someone to go speak to me. So as you can see, you're constantly being manipulated because you refuse to learn that the wrath of God is a contradiction in terms. I have never punished, nor will I ever punish anyone for anything. So allow me to explain the system in which you're living. Earth is essentially a classroom without the chairs and the desk, and it enables the soul to experience freedom of choice in relationship to cause and effect. So enjoy your pain, for you've earned it. Now look beyond the pain, find the lesson, and you've learned it. Fail to learn the lesson and you're moved to another place, and before you know it, same teacher, different face. You can never miss the lesson, so no need to be concerned, because the lesson repeats until the lesson is learned. So you're never punished for your sins. You're just constantly receiving feedback on how to become more and more loving. But in order for you to understand what you're truly worth, you must first understand that your life began way before your physical birth. Death is but an illusion. There is no death, only transitions. Birth in the physical is death to your natural spiritual disposition. When you die in the physical, you're reborn in the spiritual. And before you came here, you made agreements with other souls upon your initial contact. So how can you be upset with an abusive parent who's just executing a spiritual contract? They're just lessons for you to garner, lessons to help you remember, lessons to balance karma. And when you consciously realize that you're an eternal being, you immediately plug into source, the mainframe, the ultimate server. The ego detaches and you see clearly, because now you become the observer. The observer who sees beyond the illusion of duality. So now religious and political arguments die from a lack of attention in your reality. And when you see folks proclaiming, I made $200,000 per year, look at me, I'm important. See the mansion, see the Mercedes, that's what I'm maintaining. You chuckle to yourself because at this point, the ego is so damn entertaining. And you say nothing, you resign them to their fate because you understand that they're just striving to be great. And as you humble yourself, your light will begin to shine. And those who are searching will be drawn to your light in time. And those who are glued to the material plane will believe that you've lost your mind. And as you walk the spiritual path, this realm will begin to appear very coarse. And the need for material items will begin to lose its driving force. And you will move from passion to purpose because you're now operating from source. Now you realize that the only things that you can keep are only those which you have given. And for the first time in your life, you're truly living. You realize that you have all that you need and there's nothing missing. And every opportunity to interact with another human being becomes a blessing. You become the perpetual student, and in every moment lies a lesson. The mind becomes still and the noise of the ego stops. And this knowledge that I give to you is shared freely, not through a $10,000 weekend workshop. And as you and others walk the path of integrity, the world will become more observant, and men will truly understand that the greatest among you will always be servants.